Hi Gemini, this is Lada from Astrolada.com with your July horoscopes for everyone who have their ascendant or sun or moon in Gemini, and I give you some specific degrees sometimes, so make sure you check on your birth chart calculator, for which I'm putting a link, the values of your ascendant, the value of your moon. They're on the planetary detail table, and usually everyone checks their sun sign prediction, but at least please check your ascendant sign prediction, because it's the most personal one, especially if you know your time of birth. So what does July hold for you, Gemini? There is big news. Jupiter is moving to a new sign, and Jupiter is the great benefic. In astrology, it's like the small, the long hand of the clock. So basically, it shows a great focus in your life in that period for about 12 months. But it's a focus in your life where there will be expansion and growth. So it's the great benefic, we call it. And sometimes expansion and growth is not the best thing to happen, but in most cases, this is what we most like to do. This is like Jupiter brings the spring in whatever area it goes, the blossoming of that area. So till now it was in your second house, which is to do with financial stability. So maybe you're working on getting more financial stability in the past 12 months, a bit more. Some of you maybe got those opportunities, but Jupiter was in a very difficult configuration for the big part of 2014 with other planets. So maybe it created a lot of upset. It wasn't the smooth ride that usually Jupiter gives in regards to finances, when because usually maybe some of you are not that lucky because of those other disruptive influences that were affecting your house of finances as well for the past few months. Especially if your ascendant is in Gemini, and maybe the financial situation was a little bit more destabilized, but also it surely created new direction in regards to finding stability, financial stability in your life, in regards to your income, in regards to your assets, in regards to your possessions, in regards to what you find valuable as well. Even if it was hard, I'm sure Jupiter made some new opportunities or some new perspectives that you might still further have to work on these. And now Jupiter from July is moving into your third house, and the third house in astrology is a house of courage and action. So some of those ideas probably that you had financially, now Jupiter will help you put them into action through your own skill and initiative. It's a house of own initiative. Don't expect others to be helping you. Don't expect that you'll be sitting there and things will happen. Third house is the house of your own skills and your own abilities, and when Jupiter goes there, it starts expanding your confidence in your own skills and abilities. And you might start learning something new, starting from July, maybe not immediately. Some of you might feel it maybe 5 months down the line, the Jupiter influence, but I'm telling you what the influence will be for the next 12 months, starting from July, and where the trend is going, so you can prepare your mind and you can make a plan in your head, especially if your ascendant is in Gemini, to a lesser degree Sun and Moon. So when Jupiter goes into your third house, you start to develop your skills, and you start to put those skills into practice. And through this, third house is the house of self-made wealth as well, because it's the second from the second. The second house is wealth, and the second from the second is also connected to money, and finances, but actually ones that you can make yourself. So if till now you couldn't, if until now you maybe started thinking of how to make new money, how to create more abundance, how to create more financial stability in your life, but maybe if you didn't have the opportunity or the not the resources, or maybe the skill how to do it. Now when Jupiter goes into your third house, you have the opportunity to expand and grow on this. And the most important thing now is use your skill, use your knowledge and information. Don't be afraid to jump in with both legs and play in the mud and experiment and try different things. Jupiter will reward you if you do that. And actually Jupiter will give you the courage to say, well, okay, I've studied till now, and okay, I've never done this, I've never opened a flower shop till now, but damn it, even if I don't have experience, I'll go and try it. Or maybe you studied hard and you finally say, okay, now is the time, now I can self-initiate something. So it's great time when Jupiter is in the third house for people who are self-starters, business starters, or people who who work with some kind of practical skills, with hand skills or knowledge, information, exchanging skills, people who are in marketing and advertising, in media, in social media, people who work in any way through the internet as well, people like craftsmen, all craftsmen, photographers, cooks, people who use their hands. A lot of professions are very much third house oriented. Journalists, people who exchange information, people who write information, journalists, writers, almost all kind of skills, a third house. So this is one very important period for career for a lot of people, where they further develop their skills and where they become more useful, more empowered in using those skills, and when they start practically using them to bring new opportunities in their life. For instance, when Jupiter transited my third house, what happened was that from my ascendant, I feel my ascendant strong, very strong, is that I really found a great teacher astrologically, and basically I made a new website and my business started growing, and I started reading for clients. So I started using all the skills that I've been studying for the past 7 years. I started incorporating them and putting them together and making something out of it. So this is an opportunity that will be coming to you as well within the next 3 months, particularly if your ascendant is in Gemini, lesser degree the sun or moon. But the sun or moon, you also feel it, and you can start learning something new again, as I said. And what can be beneficial is that you can make more contacts as well. Third house rules contacts through social media. When Jupiter went into my third house, I started going on Twitter, I started going on Facebook, I started advertising. I've never done advertising and marketing, so you can expand through this your business. You can find new clients through those sources as well, through marketing, advertising. It's a great time when Jupiter is in the third house. Third house is communication and contacts. Maybe you're a loner who is not very much into being in touch with others. Now Jupiter comes into a third house and you start opening and expanding your circle of contact. Maybe you start saying hello to the milkman. Maybe you start going in your neighborhood and conversing in the next 12 months more with your neighbors, and you can benefit through such people. Or maybe with your teammates at work. Third house rules people that are in our everyday environment. Maybe your teammates, co-workers, people that you work with in some way, people that you chat on the phone with daily, people that even friends. Some friendships are ruled by third house, especially more casual friendships that you go for a coffee and have a chat with, and gossip with. And these kind of contacts and these kind of acquaintances and these kind of people and contacts that you make, when Jupiter is there, you can expand on those. So it's great time for making a campaign on the internet, on Facebook, or socializing as well, making a bigger, some kind of following, some kind of a more in touch, being more in touch with others. And it's great time also for sharing information with others. If you're any kind of such businesses, so if you're studying something, great time. Your mind speeds up when Jupiter is there. Your mind becomes more intuitive. You might be missing on details though. Remember, when Jupiter is in the third house, person is not much detail oriented, but it gives a great ability for the spoken word and for communicating with others and expressing your ideas in a very enthusiastic and passionate way that kind of not contaminates others, get others excited about you. So if you have important ideas to express, do it when Jupiter is in your 12th house for the next 12 months as well. If you have travels, third house rules travel. Fantastic, you can benefit. Jupiter is the planet of wealth and growth and abundance. So when it's in your third house, you can benefit through travels in some way. You can benefit through contacts, through social media. You can benefit through internet. You can benefit through information, communication, exchange of information, through contacts. So all these things are important. You can benefit from writing, from advertising, from communicating with siblings and relatives, with communicating through other people somehow, but you also have to make the effort as well. Marketing, sales, business, it's such an important house through your own skills and talents. Anyway, and the next big thing that is happening for you, Gemini, and for everyone else is that Saturn is changing direction. Till now it was moving backwards, and from now on, for the past few months, and from now on, and it's in your 6th house, which is the 6th house, the houses of enmity, is the house of health problems. So maybe some of you, if you had some problems that became worse in the past few months, or maybe some of you, or that got more complicated, or some kind of a treatment that you're going that got more complicated, or some of you maybe had some enmity, maybe a battle in court, maybe 6th house rules any kind of disbalanced situation, whether it's with an enemy, whether it's with your own health, whether it's with someone that is an underdog you had to take care of and pay a debt to. Maybe you had rules debts, maybe you had to be paying some debt or arranging some debt, and things maybe became a bit more hefty, complicated, slowed down when Saturn was moving backwards. But from now, from July onwards, Saturn starts moving forwards for the next few months. So there will be like a change of wind, direction of the wind in a more like loosening of the grip of Saturn, so to speak. So in regards to, some kind of situation in regards to debts start getting resolved. In regards to, and it doesn't have to be financial debt, it doesn't have to be a mortgage or something, it can be a karmic debt. Maybe you had to take care of someone, maybe you had to give service to a master you didn't like, to a boss you don't like, or to a situation that you feel almost like you're paying someone, something that is, you know, or 6th house is the house of service, of work, hard work. So maybe some situation in your working place which was a bit more demanding and stressful and complicated, or with your health, as we said, some situation in regards to your health. You can start basically seeing the results of the hard work that you've been doing in that direction, or if the situation was really dogged till now and there was blocked in some way, you start slowly from July onwards. I'm not saying it will happen immediately in July, but from July onward, July, August, September, October, you start seeing a resolution of the situation. Maybe you find a good doctor who helps you. Maybe your health problem starts easing up because you started taking better care of your health. And when Saturn is in your 6th house, this is the one time in 29 years when you can really change your health. So now you have a, you know, now maybe you'll be able to do it. Now it's one of these key moments when Saturn becomes very strong again, and when it starts, when it changes direction, there might be like an unlocking of something in regards to your desire to improve on your lifestyle and health. So maybe you can, now if you make changes with your health, and I'm talking in the last few months and for another few months ahead, and July particularly is a very auspicious time for that. Now if you start eating, for instance, stop eating sweets, or start working out 3 times a week, or start walking daily, or maybe start having dinner or something, make some healthy change in your daily habits, or maybe stop slouching when you're sitting and maybe start some treatment on your back, or maybe start walking upright, maybe start walking barefoot, maybe start waking up earlier, something which will improve your lifestyle in regards to health. So if you do this change will stay with you and will have a really positive impact on your health, and it will stay with you for many years. If you're trying to lose weight, Gemini, wow, if you do it now, especially if your ascendant is Gemini, Moon and Sun not so much, but if your ascendant is in Gemini, if you try and lose weight now, the changes that you make in your daily routines, you'll do them for many years ahead, and they'll have great impact. So these are the kind of things Saturn wants. Or if you're trying to solve some debts you have, now is the time you're paying off a debt as well, you know, karmic to another person, or karmic, you're trying to resolve some conflict which has been dogged, and things you have, you know, from July there will be some kind of change of wind in that direction. And also you have Venus in your sign till around the 20th of July, which is good because Venus is the smaller benefic. It passes very quickly. For about 20 days it's in your sign, but it makes you feel more charming, more attractive than other times. So it's on your side somehow, let's say. It makes you feel, through diplomacy you win other people's hearts. Even love, it can bring love for you if you're a Sun, Ascendant or Moon. It can bring more charm, more grace to you, more pleasant experiences of the 5 senses, like indulging in food, in wine, in love, in affection. Or you can just go on a nice date even, because Venus is the planet of relationships and love. Or you can, I'm not saying you're gonna meet the love of your life, but there are more loving experiences coming to you. Thank you very much, Gemini, and I'll see you next month.